Welcome everyone to TorchbearerGaming's Into the Ashwell, episode 11. I'm Axel, your DM as usual. If you haven't seen a previous episode of this, I suggest going back and doing so before you watch this, because, well, it's easier to follow along that way. But we're here with 3 veteran players this week, who've appeared in many an episode at this point. So we'll be going in with a little bit less manpower than usual, but I think they can handle it nonetheless. So we'll jump right into the introduction. The stifling summer heat grows in intensity as the keep stirs. The long dormant chimneys spew smoke and ash into the sky, the air choked with the stink of sulfur. Yet the keep, for once, can be seen clearly atop the mountain, no longer concealed behind curtains of fog. The people of Hearthmoor look upon it with renewed terror and whisper of screams carrying in the wind in the dark. The keep is stirred, and all of Hearthmoor quivers in anticipation for what this means. Some in fear, but others quiver with excitement. And that brings us to our excited group. Who wants to go first?
I need to get into it, so have someone else go, please.
Yeah, gladly making her return is Lilith Swansong. Who she is, most people think they know, but they don't really have a clue. She's working with or for, or perhaps it's the other way around, for the Ordo Vlatum. But a lot of times she has her own agenda. She keeps that close to her vest. What you can tell about her is that she is an artist and enjoys all manner of song and dance and trickery. Doesn't care for those who don't care for what she cares. She is never quite who she seems on the surface because she always is wearing. What that mask tells you will depend on what you can perceive.
Alright, Rift.
1 second, I gotta switch my push to talk. Test. There we go. Returning once again is Kakkaaz Dreadmaw. Lawful, no, not lawful. Chaotic evil gnoll, who hails from the far northern mountains where once giants roamed, is these days his hunting grounds. Raining terror upon all those unfortunate enough to be prey, and yet no hunt could really satisfy him. Until one night, he found a more suitable prey for him to track. Man, a group of unwitting explorers had found their way into his tribe's lands, and they learned all too late that this was a mistake. Kaz picked them off one by one over several days, until but few remained. And in those moments, huddled in a cave, as they cowered before him, he felt a renewed vigor, a renewed sense of purpose in his hunt. When all was said and done, the caverns were coated with the blood of his quarry, and a new hunger had awakened deep within him. And with this new hunger, he drew the attention of an otherworldly being. Seeing the potential in his newfound hunger, exchanged a great power for servitude. And this is what brings Kakkaaz to the Ashwell. Of course, he likes meat, hard liquor, the cold, and of course, the hunt. Dislikes things that don't really pose that much of a challenge to him. Veggies, fruit, wine, old people, children, very boring. People tend to be very nervous around him, especially since they tend to be on his menu. And thus is Kakkaaz.
And that brings us to, last but not least, Mr. Shortnose.
Lucky, lucky, give me an answer, do. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. Howdy ho, folks. Ladies and germs, it's your boy, Welburd. I'm a Goblin Ranger, Commando type, you know. Pretty tactical if you ask me. But, let's see here. Let me get my script out here. I grew up in Goblava. Kind of shitty place, you know. Big, industrial, death. People don't care much. But I've been lying, cheating, stealing, sneaking, do all those things that you kind of do in an environment like that. Didn't have any parents or anything. That's kind of normal. But that's the only way you really get anywhere in that city. But I finally got enough coin together from all my life of crime, I suppose some people would say. Some lawmen. I eventually got myself out of that town. I employed myself with the mercenaries. Taught me how to use some of the talents I had already known to really ply my trade, But it's given me every advantage, Oh, one sec. Let me see. There's a lot of I'll just skip to this part. Let's see. There's been a lot of coin flowing through this place through Hathmore. Came here. Well, I don't even know how long it's been many months. But I thought I'd get my cut of it. Came here. People told me Ashwell's haunted. Oh, you're gonna be. It's dangerous. You're gonna get yourself killed. I've been through enough. I'm fine. Hey, any problem comes up, I'll deal with it. Or have someone else deal with it. But let's see. Likes and dislikes and such like that. Well, I love money, coins, art. The finer things. I like a certain kind of art that's very provocative in thought and in image. Gems, yeah, shiny. I love all those things, but fancy myself a connoisseur, But let's see, dislikes. I really hate the wilderness. I hate the cold. I don't like an empty bed, ladies. If you're willing, I'm here for you. And also cheap food. Cheap food sucks. Why would you ever live with cheap food? It's not about surviving, it's about enjoying yourself. Come on. But with all this, I have a problem saving money. If I see something shiny, I just gotta have it. I can't help myself. Let's see. That's the end of the script here. Yeah, I think that's it. Did I do good, Beans? Well, Beans isn't here. Never mind.
Alright, there's our cast for today. This will be interesting as usual, I hope. And with that, we will jump straight into the next phase. So, as we've discussed already, interesting times have fallen upon Hearthmore, as the Ashwell Keep has become awake, alive. Something has stirred within it. Something you or another group has done has caused it to no longer sleep. And with this, it brings clouds of ash pouring from its chimneys and clearing of the fog, making the sweltering heat of the summer in this boggy region all the more hot and heavy and unpleasant. So, as we head to the leaky bitch, the fireplace is nothing but cinders at this point, because the only person who seems to be cold still is the Lady Negrescu, as older folks tend to be, where everyone else is sweating and panting, depending on species. But with this many bodies stuffed inside of this small building, even with all the windows opened, the heat is unbearable. And the cold drinks are selling well.
Yes, they are.
So what are you each particularly doing here at the Leaky Bitch this fine day?
I'll be sitting at the counter complaining.
Ah, God, this heat, I swear. It's like fucking ball soup here. I mean, I've had ball soup before, but this is more in the way of sweat, you know?
Kakkaaz will be partaking in a hard liquor and being very tempted to just tuck his mug at Welburd's head.
For reasons of facial construction, you would have a bowl.
Yes,
Mugs aren't really ideal for muzzles.
fair enough. He'll be tucking he's very tempted to chuck his bowl at Welburd's head to get him to shut up.
Well, Wilbur turns to the guy next to him.
You ever had ball soup, man? It's actually pretty tasty. Makes you a real man.
And the halfling next to you just kind of gives you a look of like disdain and kind of scooches his stool over a few inches.
Is this poor halfling sitting in between him and Welberd?
Hey, what are you doing? Come on, come back here. I know this outgoes. You're halfway part of the warg.
So on one side he's got a complaining goblin, on the other he's got this gnoll just voraciously slurping up this hard liquor and kind of looking at it, giving him sideways glances.
The bartender, he kind of, as he's scrubbing out one of these bowls, kind of turns over and he's like, I still say it's because of those damn nomads.
Lilith will be sitting in a window, literally in the window,
Mm-hmm.
playing her violin so she can get cool air as she can get, but everybody can hear what she's playing and saying.
Oh no, Lilith has become a glass pane.
She's playing winter songs, hoping that reminds people of cooler times,
Okay.
or at least revel in the irony of it.
And as you're playing your music and everybody's kind of conversing, and the barkeep is bickering about how these tribal halflings are the cause of all their problems right now. They came to town and immediately the Ashwell woke up. They're in league with some kind of ancient elemental being or something, or so he thinks. They've awoken a primordial.
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
And that's when the lady kind of sits up as she's been poking at the fire trying to make it bigger while people complain at her. And she kind of sniffs at the air again, and for those of you that were here last time, you remember her saying something like this before, and she's like, Is there a sailor here? She kind of wanders around the room sniffing people.
Not
Sailor.
not that fool who lost his ship, I hope.
She goes over to the window and kind of sticks her head out the window a little bit and sniffs again. And she's like, they're here again. I can smell them. The salt. Salt from the east.
Kaz holds his nose to the air, trying to see if he can smell it.
You don't smell anything, like, particularly salty at all, no. Like, this old woman is probably just crazy.
Oh god, that was awful. It's a bad idea to snort, even for comedic effect.
Oof.
Old woman, that was 4 weeks ago that the sailor was here. Does it take that long for your nose to pick up things?
No, not the green ones. Others, the big ones, they're coming. I can smell them. And relatively speaking, orcs are pretty big, so when she's saying bigger than orcs, it's impressive.
Lilith sighs. Bilingual halflings and sailors who are bigger than orcs. What is this world coming to?
If you want to try and roll history to see if maybe you know anything she's talking about.
Sorry, I had a coughing fit.
Let's see, history. Ha! Yeah, no.
Okay. With a 17 history, you don't know particulars about it, but you do know of another species that is seafaring, and they do come from the east. But they're almost never seen on the mainland. They live on an island off the land. They're called the Wretchinul, or Wretch for short, by most, and almost nobody's ever actually seen one before. But you've read about them in the books of the Ordo.
Then again, there are the wretch. I don't think we've ever seen them before.
The old woman kind of points her cane at you, and she's like, "This one knows things. Wretches are coming." And with them, a tide of blood. But not until after the fire's consumed. And she kind of wanders off and sits back down in her seat, muttering to herself, incoherently.
So back to the kvetching for the woman of the retching.
And as you're all sitting around there for a bit, after that whole bit of weirdness, a man suddenly bursts in through the doors, looking scared to death, and you can see that his boots are splashed with blood. He's tracking it in.
Kakkaaz turns around as if he might smell dinner, but then sees this.
And the man kind of like gets to the middle of the room and gets to the bar and like starts demanding a drink. To which the bartender kind of cautiously gives him something after a bit. And there's like the people have kind of opened a berth around this guy, like what the hell's wrong with him? Because he has that look on his face, like wild-eyed and bewildered.
Oh boy, I know that face.
Kakkaaz is
Was it
staying
fun?
right where he is.
Was it fun?
They're all dead. He picks up his drink and starts downing it again. monster. I've never seen anything like it. It had so many arms. It fell upon us when we entered the keep. Said it had to show us the way. It tore the others limb from limb before me before I could flee. It began to paint the walls with their blood.
Was that abstract or more impressionist?
Words.
Oh, do tell.
It was spelling words. I don't know what they said. I left before I saw it all. Dropped my torch, stumbled in the darkness. Fell down the stairs many times, but I made it. I'm back. I survived. I don't know what it was. What kind of monster stands that high and is not green or furry? I've never seen anything that big that wasn't a bugbear or an orc. Or a gnoll, as he sees the gnoll staring at him.
Yes. He's just shy of licking his lips.
It was like tall but slender and had 4 arms. Its fingers were like blades and it tore into them. And again, the guy just starts drowning himself in the drink at that. And like the whole time he's kind of sobbing and he's got tears in his eyes and everything now.
So, anybody got a bounty on this thing? Anybody? Any takers?
The man just looks at you like you're insane, of course. And everybody else just kind of looks too. They're like, should we just stay away from the keep forever now? Like, the Reeve isn't here, notably so. There's no, like, officials here that would do such a thing. But eventually, like, this guy starts to, like, hyperventilate, and one of the other patrons who knows him comes up and grabs him by the shoulder and is like, let's get you to the church, get you treated. They leave.
No donations?
Oh, where's your
well.
sense of
I guess he'll find
adventure?
dinner elsewhere.
If you want to take this news to the Reeve, I'm sure he'll take interest.
Involve me talking to the Reeve. So you don't want to do it?
I could send a messenger to tell him, but that takes time.
Yeah.
You can always just go. If you kill it, I'm sure they'll give you a reward. This monster did kill these people with bare hands. It's definitely something we want killed.
Well, then you see, if I don't go there with the promised reward, I don't get security.
Security?
Security for my investment.
Talking about going into the bloody Ashwell.
Ammunition ain't cheap.
Since when have we had security at any time?
I'm not talking about security in work. I'm talking about security in payment. Ugh, my throat's starting to hurt. I think it's because of my allergies.
User left your channel.
Perhaps you should focus on coming back alive first, and then you can consider payment.
You see, that's how you do it. Payment first. You don't just go do a job and then you come back and say, "Oh, you did a good job. I'll give you a pat on the back." No, you ensure. You ensure that you get some sort of compensation.
Oh, the question is, which way do you go about it? Do you go and contact the Reeve first, or do you just head in?
I want to go contact the Reeve, because, I mean, it involves the Reeve, but it's worth payment.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well in that case, we'll go ahead and just jump to the vendoring, and you will go contact the Reeve as well as doing that.
Okay.
We don't necessarily need to do a conversation there.
Let's see.
So yes, you go contact the Reeve, and he says yes, there will definitely be a reward for killing this creature. He knows the number of men that went in there, and there was a dozen of them. This thing killed 11 people already. He's going to go actually talk to the Baron personally now to see about payment.
Good.
So this money won't be coming from the Reeves coffers, this will be coming straight from the Baron.
Even better.
But with that, what do you want to do to prep with your vendor time, folks? Remember, there's all the normal vendors, but there's also currently the Emberwood Nomads, which are in the same bracket as the all the outside town ones. So you do have to travel out to them, so you can't visit it and one of the others outside town. You've got yours all figured out, right, Verdun?
Yes.
So let's do that.
I'm gonna first head to Hermes,
Alright.
and I'm going to trade in my gems for some gold, and I'm gonna buy a thing of dwarven ammo.
Alright, so you get the gold for the gems, which is 20, right?
Yep,
And the dwarven ammo, where is that? I'm trying to remember.
it's 20.
Okay, so you just even it out.
Pretty much. But I specifically am paying from my current stock of money, so I can go with my madness.
Indeed.
And then I will be going to the Nomads.
Alright.
And I will buy 2 gourds of Dutan.
Dreadmaw. Alright. So you
That's
buy
4
2
gold.
gourds of Dreadmaw for 4 gold.
And I'm going to, because I have to, I'm going to try to steal a flame creep vine.
Oh boy. Let's
Yeah.
see it.
$23.
Alright, you do not successfully steal a flame creep vine. But you do manage to get 2 gourds of pitch.
Okay.
And of course, bad karma.
Mhm.
And for reference, Duertan is a strong liquor specific to the region that the nomads come from the Emberwood. It's made of a millet known as Tanguilt that grows exclusively in the peat bogs of that region. It uses an extremely complex and passed down through tribal tradition how to make, so it literally cannot be gotten from anywhere else. And it is both extremely potent alcohol and very flammable. Alright, so that's you?
Yep.
Who wants to go next?
I'm still sorting out what I want to do. So if Flint's ready, he can go.
Yep. Well, she'll start at the tavern buying a piece of adventuring gear, so she's back up to 3.
Alright.
And then she will go out to the nomads and buy. Let's see. Very interested in the scroll of firebolt, scroll of fire shield. So she'll get one of those each.
So you're gonna buy one of each scroll, okay. That sells the only fire shield scroll. That's a total of 48 gold. Alright. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Trying to remember which one is the general store on this list of vendors.
The tavern, effectively.
Okay.
There's no real general store.
Right, so what I'm gonna have to do is sell my gems and stuff to the if I can to the Ember Woad.
Well, they'll actually take them.
Huh?
Yeah, they'll take them. So 20 gold?
That and a ruby worth 50 GP.
Ooh, they like the ruby very much. Alright,
Excellent.
so that gets you 70 gold.
1 second. Alright, I'm back. I'll have to AFK here in a second. Yeah, that's 70 gold right there. And I'm going to buy the upgrade for the gear. Flame
So you
Creep
want to buy a
Vine.
Flame Creep Vine.
Yeah.
So that's 62 gold.
Yep.
Alright, what that does is you can mark that down, and from now on, whenever you use your adventuring gear to make a rope, it's always Flame Creep Vine rope. And Flame Creep Vine ropes are fire resistant. And also lighter than hemp. And that makes everybody done, or are you going to go somewhere else as well?
Yeah, I was gonna go back to the tavern and buy an adventuring gear.
Alright. So that's 22 gold for that.
Yep.
And the tavern is now out of adventuring gear. Alright, that makes everybody done in with vendoring then.
Hooray.
So with that, we will now head into the dungeon.
I have to AFK briefly because of bullshit.
Alright, wait, did I go to the wrong thing? Yes, I did. Sorry about that.
So, by the way, Lily, it's been a good while since I've actually talked to you. How have things been going with you?
Well, just catching up on my performances, practicing some new material.
Oh, really? Anything good?
Yes, I'm not sure. I'm trying to make sense of your last adventure to see if I can write a small play about a band of halflings who don't speak right.
You're the heroic goblin who led them to victory, right?
Yes, something like that.
I'd
Yeah.
love to see it.
While you guys are actually conversing on your way to the keep,
Yes.
it's noticeably different than what you're used to because of the fog is gone. Like, there's no sulfuric mist lingering about the keep now, so you can clearly see the walls as you walk through the opening. You can see the other chambers of the structures within the keep itself proper. But you know the path since it's already laid out, and you follow it to the central complex. What would have served once as a chapel, most likely. And it's your first time really seeing it from the outside, this grand spired structure with like parapets and marble stone, like marble walls, and on each corner, an emblazoned golden eagle rises towards the sky.
Oh,
Giving further credence to the rumors that this place once did serve as a chapel to the Great Betrayer.
Now there's a telling sign.
hey, Lily, look over there at the rock on the cliff face. Doesn't that look like a butthole? A hole there.
And that's also a telling sign.
But the one other notable thing that you see is that unlike normally, the ground usually has this crunch to it of like fresh fallen ash. And that's still there because the smoke pouring from the chimneys all throughout the structure. But there's vegetation. Whether it was there before or not, you could never tell because of the mist, but there seems to be like vines and plants growing up out of the ground around the complex. And you can't really imagine that the sulfuric mist was very good for such things, so it's strange that they've spontaneously generated this quickly.
Oh. Well, be careful not to trip. There's a big vines right around here. Ah!
As dexterous as ever, I see.
Ah!
But finally you
My
do make your way
nose!
to the large doors and push them open.
Kaz
You've
just
been
shakes
spending
his
too
head.
much time with beans.
I have. Actually, no. Just having too much time with beans.
Well, a strange enough walk over here,
Indeed.
ready to enter.
Indeedly doobity.
And as per usual, when you enter, the doors slowly close themselves behind you. But before they do, the light that does pull in, you do notice that the floor coloring has changed to a pattern of orange and gold.
Well, that's new.
Enter the hero of all our stories, Torchkun.
Lighten him up.
Yes.
Light up the night.
Hey, those pillars weren't here last time, were they? Wait, where are the doors?
I like what they've done with the place.
It's certainly different.
Yes, the air is kind of still, and the dirt. There's a distinct lack of dirt. The place seems to have been freshly cleaned, almost. The doorways that usually are led down to on each side seem to be completely blocked off by walls now, and it almost gives you a claustrophobic feeling compared to what you're used to in this place. And Kakkaaz, you can clearly smell the scent of blood from up the stairs. A lot of it.
Still.
A euphoric amount of blood.
Blood. Still fresh.
What? What you smell, boy? Where is it?
He just gives you a glare.
What? Isn't that
Up
okay
the
to call you friends,
stairs.
boy? We're friends, right, Fluffy? Or was it Fuzzy? I don't remember. What's your name again?
Keep it up, I dare you. The name is Kakkaaz.
Oh, yeah, Kakkaaz, Dreadmaw. I know it. Of course I knew. I remember that. Yeah, let's go.
As you march up onto that landing, you can see vines creeping down from the ceiling where it's cracked open and going up across the floor and the walls.
So the green is inside as well as out. This is a thicker mystery than we initially thought.
Well, I've seen green here before. It's not too weird, but yeah.
Different from yourself, Welburd.
Oh, no, I'm being serious here. Just once this big pile of mushrooms. It was not fun. Not the good kind of mushrooms. Well, let's go.
As you go up this way, you can see the source of the smell of the blood now on the floor. And you can also see a distant light on the other side of the room.
Well, now I have seen everything. An actual open doorway.
Whoa. Yeah, that's a lot of blood.
Now that Lilith moves in closer, you can see in the corner just a heap of bodies torn to shreds,
Oh.
with plants growing up around them.
Dibs. I mean, I'll check for clues.
I mean, they are shredded. Like, skin flayed from bone and left to rot in a pile of blood and guts.
That's why I'll use my bayonet on my musket to kind of act like stick to prod through the stuff.
Alright, you can go ahead and search through that. What are the other two of you doing while Welburd searches?
Checking where this rest of these blood stains on this fresh pools of blood, where else they are.
Oh, there's blood all over this floor, but it looks like it's been purposely splayed out and like dripped and or scraped across the floor to form symbols.
Mhm.
And then are we seeing the same on the walls? He said he was painting.
Yeah, the walls seem to just be painted with like crude pictograms and images of stick figures and birds.
Can we tell from here without being high above the ceiling or the floor that what this looks like? It says opens.
It takes you some time of kind of like walking around it and looking at it from different angles, but yes, eventually you can figure out that this seems to say opens. And you can see at the edge of the light there seems to be more words.
So, am I able to, with my investigation of the pile, to ascertain that these are probably the people that got torn up?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
Wow, they're definitely human.
Send another to the dice.
Yep.
Well, guys, the human. Oh, what else?
Kakkaaz is gonna go have a look himself.
Check for any meat left on the bone. Maybe some yummy marrow.
Oh, there'd be like a bag, a whole heap of like organs that are probably pretty tasty.
Mm.
Yes, eventually, Lilith, you can walk around these blood-painted pictures, and you see again more plants on the wall and on the corner and hanging from the ceiling over here. But eventually, you can ascertain that this seems to say "the way opens" in common. And from your knowledge of like previous forays, this is usually where that portcullis that never opened was. Is where this new now open door is.
I, Mr. Dreadmaw, you check here. Look around a little more. See if you can find anything out.
He's already doing that.
Yeah, you dig around in there for a while, and you manage to find a dagger kind of stuffed into the side of the guts and what's left of clothing and such.
Just a plain old dagger.
Plain old dagger.
Okay.
And Lilith is also going to investigate this or do a nature check on this ivy.
Yeah, go for it.
And know as little as she knew before.
It's pretty standard ivy. The flowers in the corner, though, you do know have some medicinal purposes. You don't know you can't remember the exact name of them or what they're for, but you do know that they can be used in some manner.
All right. Well, then she'll collect some of those.
Yeah, so you have some purple flowers.
How do I delete things off of my sheet? So I can't figure out how to delete certain items.
Could use the lock.
Gotcha. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Hey guys, the trail leads this way.
Yes, you actually see these strange, inhuman, bloody footprints leading through the doorway.
It doesn't look too good. Looks a bit odd. Maybe there's that big thing the guy was talking about. If we follow this, we might be able to find it. I mean, assuming it's not right in the next room listening to us right now.
So, you can
If
try
you
to squeeze
listen
through the
in-
doors, or you can try to push them.
If you listen in, fuck off.
No sound, just your echo, which gives the hint that the next room is quite large.
I don't like that guy that's yelling back at me to fuck off. Well,
Lilith suppresses a snirk.
Alright, so do you try to pull the doors open, push the doors open, or creep through this crack?
I will poke my head through to look through the other side before I slip through.
Alright, well, you look through into the next room, and it's well lit by these two giant braziers on the sides, beside the doorways, and two torches. This is massive chamber. The ceiling goes up about 100 feet, and there's a massive, massive, massive statue sitting in front of a pedestal.
Oh.
And the
Welburd
statue,
will-
while you can't clearly see it, you can see it gleaming in the dim torchlight. Just the shining of the metal of it.
Right. The Welburd will basically, like, the kind of thing like you're looking around a corner and you reach your hand back to, like, beckon people forward.
Okay.
And they'll slip through.
So for the other two of you, Lilith, you can creep through, but Kakkaaz, you do not fit between these doors.
You'll push him.
Okay, so you just push the doors open, and I just screw them up. Let me get rid of those light mirrors real quick.
I hate bird.
Yes. Immediately, that you all have that twinge of, like, discomfort as you enter the room and the light kind of spills out more, and you can clearly see this massive, like, 60-foot bronze copper statue of an eagle. And a broken tablet laying upon a broken shrine before it.
What are you thinking, Lily? Should we check it out, or do you think it's cursed or something?
I'm thinking we're lucky that our friend the Paladin isn't with us today.
Really? Yeah. I think he'd have, if he was, he'd have a ball. Try to smash it.
Let's take a closer look.
I'll check up behind it, and, you check out what's there.
Why did the footprints disappear?
Stay true.
Why indeed?
Maybe he ran out of blood. Or is moving so slow it dried.
What do you think, Kakkaaz? What would make the trail end like
The most likely is that it stopped walking on the ground.
You know, actually, I appreciate that idea. I never thought of that. I mean, there's a big bread thing here, so flight isn't out of the question.
Kaz is gonna look up at the ceiling.
You can't really see the ceiling clearly. The room is well lit, but it's a 100-foot ceiling, so it's pretty shadowed, but you don't see anything, like, you don't hear or see anything moving around up there.
Gotcha.
If there is anything up there, it's not moving.
Can I roll perception to kind of like watch where I'm going as I cautiously make my way to the statue?
Sure.
I'm nervous about getting close to it.
Rightly so. Lilith, you're inspecting the tablet, I assume?
23.
Yes.
Alright, you can go ahead and roll me a Arcana check. However, you're easily able to cautiously walk that way, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay, good.
Lilith, you immediately discern that this tablet is divine in origin. The writings upon it are in a language that you don't really seem to understand. Might even be a dead language.
It very well might be a dead language.
Welburd will quickly, like, not run or dash, but, like, speed up his pace as he goes under the thing until I can get out to the front. Just kind of like half run under, like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You get back to the front of it, and you can kind of see down where they are at. It's only like a 10-foot drop.
And I would like to, basically, I'm going to take a look around on the pedestal and see if there's anything on the underside of the thing.
Doesn't seem to be much of anything on the pedestal itself. Very nondescript. Just the only thing on it is some kind of like placard that says a name on it in a language that you don't know.
Hey, look. There's a little wordy thing. It's not the stuff that's on your teeth. What is it?
A plaque?
Is it plaque? I thought plaque was the teeth thing.
Well, while it reassures me you have concern for your dental hygiene, the word can mean two different things.
Ah, okay.
Human language is so weird.
It's been a while since I've been to the Dentomancer.
Now I'm gonna have to build that.
Dentomancer. Jesus.
I mean, dentistry's a science, and so is magic. When it comes to wizards.
Yep, I'm gonna use prestidigitation on your teeth.
Yeah.
Totes.
Can
I will. Okay.
I was going to use adventuring gear to be like a piece of paper that I can make a rubbing from the tablet.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can actually try to like kind of rub one and then kind of line it up and rub the other half and try to make a full, complete version.
Yeah.
It'll still have a crack in the middle of it, but hey.
Is this the order is going to want this shit?
So, what are the symbols on the plaque look like for the name, in ways that I can describe them? Or should I just make something up?
They look pompous, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
Like a very complex and pompous language.
Lily, do you understand bird squigglies?
If it's the Kanku's squigglies, sure.
No, not that kind of squiggly. More like, high-class asshole squiggly.
Oh, Elvish. No.
Elvish. Who are the elves again? Where were they? Oh, you don't remember.
They're dead.
Oh, okay. I know a lot about dwarves, but not much about elves. Good thing they're dead. You know, a lot of this stuff looks, they sound like assholes.
It doesn't seem like there's much here for you to do currently. But well, you did see a way back further.
Yeah.
So, anything down there with the stone tablet thingy?
Oh, it should be interesting at some point.
Okay. If there's nothing else, there's more past the big chicken.
The way opens, you say.
Yeah, sure.
Do it.
Yes.
As you enter this area with the light, you can see there are 2 porticolli on each side path, and there's a large, wall here. And the wall has a mural upon it, etched in stone. And at the center of the mural is a great, massive bird, wreathed in flames, with dozens of figures huddled around it in a mass. And then there's a bunch of writing across the bottom of it in Old Common. So this is pre-100 Generation War Common. And from what you can understand, the gist of it, it does take a little bit of work to try and kind of translate. It's basically like Old English. It's the ye and thee, but it basically says that only those who are anointed in the flames of the Great One can venture further.
Eh? Hey, I don't like the sound of that.
Can we do this then? We've been through some pretty strange things so far.
And as you're kind of discussing what's on the wall, a silhouette starts to form, almost right where Lilith is about to step.
Yeah.
Like a humanoid silhouette.
Wilbur's gun will be raised right at it.
So should I back her off?
Unless you want to stand inside of the silhouette that's forming. You kind of step forward and there's like a shadow kind of forming there. And then it finally does resolve into a full shape.
Rude.
And a vaguely humanoid shape that's about 6'5" resolves, wearing a long, flowing black cloak. Its face, though, completely lacks for nostrils or eyes, but has a single gaping mouth filled with sharp, dagger-like teeth, and its elongated, willowy fingers that are marred by time, kind of ringing over each hand as it appears and kind of looks at you in the way that its head kind of turns past each of you, but it can't see you, obviously, because it has no eyes to see with.
Do I shoot it? Shoot it? Shoot it? Shoot! Do it! Yeah!
But it makes no aggressive motion.
Lily! Lily!
Seek truth.
Yes, we seek truth.
This one
And a couple other
utters
things.
truth.
To repeat.
So this one utters the truth. And it said that in a way that made it sound more like an introduction.
Well, this one is Lilith, and that one is Welburd, and that one is Kakkaaz.
Yes.
What's up with your face? Tell me the truth about that.
This is how we exist. We have always existed in this manner.
You know what? I'll let you handle this, Lily. I I feel like I'm gonna ask a stupid question, so I'm gonna be self-conscious for once.
That is likely.
Why
Hey.
is it?
Hey, I'm allowed to say if you want.
What can you tell us about being anointed with the
The chamber before. If the scripture is read, you will be anointed. Then these passages will open, and the next floor will be accessible after a trial.
What kind of trial? Damn it, I said I wasn't gonna ask questions. Shit. It still stands, though.
A guardian awaits. Left here by those who once worshipped the one who inhabited this place.
Wait, was it the one that tore those other guys apart? Fuck! Eh, Lily, I'm sorry. Sorry, say again?
No,
we have met many guardians in this place.
none like this. This one is ancient. But it is not the one who tore the men that you came here to find apart. That one is your guide, and they have done their part well.
Our guide, you say?
Have they not
Yes.
led you to this place?
Yes, they did indeed.
The Awoken Prince has a part to play.
Now back to that ritual we should perform. How do we begin?
You already have what you need. He kind of gestures to wherever you put the paper you had. It's probably a scroll
Aha.
case. You
So-
need but understand.
Lilith looks around at the other two and back.
This sounds a little heretical.
Kakkaaz will see if he can make anything of what's on the paper.
I
It's
go.
it's doubtful, but he'll give it a try.
He cannot. But when Lilith pulls the paper back out and is looking at it now, you notice that the two markings are now complete. They're whole. They're together.
Huh.
Where there was once two separate rubbings lined up together with a crack in the middle, it is now one complete rubbing of the tablet that was still broken.
I love magic.
I utter only the truth. I cannot give you what you need for free. A thing given requires a thing taken.
How much gold we talking?
We of the Fae have no need for your paltry materials.
Let's see then. And Welburd will start digging in his pack. Oh, I got these.
It'll hold out an iron coin.
Are these coins better?
He actually, backs away a step and audibly hisses through his massive teeth.
Put
No.
those away, you fool.
I'm sorry.
You carry the coins of the devils.
Coins of devils?
The Ravagers, the Rampagers. And he kind of looks straight to Kakkaaz, even though, again, no eyes.
Lilith will try to distract him with her painting that she took from upstairs.
Wilbur will have the coins away now, packed away tight.
We have this lovely painting here from, well, another one of those rooms that comes and goes.
Oh, yeah, I have paintings too. I'm not sure I'll be able to unroll them, though. They might be a little stuck together now.
Stop.
What? Stop what?
Just
Being
in
honest.
general.
Hound of the demon. Who can pay this price?
How so?
A life spared.
A life spared?
Tell your master. I wish a life spared at a later time.
In exchange for what we need.
In exchange for the knowledge needed to enact the ritual.
I shall broach this with him.
Very well. And you are internally, you can feel the sensation of agreement. One life is a paltry number in 1,000.
He agrees.
So be it. The being reaches out and touches your forehead, and its arm just seems to kind of stretch as far as it needs to do so. And you instantly know Celestial.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Oh, shit!
Well, now she could go back and he can read the play, whatever, the plaque and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is
Ancient asshole.
The truth is what?
The truth is given. And he just fades back into nothingness.
Kakkaaz will have another look at the paper, at the rubbings.
And you can now clearly read it. It is a prayer. But of course, where would you do your praying?
But at the altar. Is this like a permanent thing? Do you want me to put Celestial down on my sheet?
Yep, you now know the language of Celestial.
So, note to self. Faceless boys don't like coins.
It's
Fae
iron.
do not like iron.
Oh, really? He was Fae? Iron?
He
Said as
said.
much.
Did he? Oh, fair enough. I'm sorry, Lilith. I tried my best.
Just keep it in mind for the next time we actually fight a Fae.
Okay. That's something I can remember.
Makes his way up to the broken altar.
And Lilith lays down the rubbing.
Yep.
I still feel like Beans wouldn't be happy about this.
No,
And all three of you
we
kind of
wouldn't,
have to kneel before
but
the
we
altar.
won't tell him.
Very true.
Well, Kakkaaz reads in a language that none of you have ever heard uttered before. It sounds like... Honestly, it sounds like a spoken word version of a Gregorian chant. It sounds like a song, the entire thing. And
Oh,
as
coming
the-
out. Go ahead.
yes, coming out of his very deep,
Rough, gravelly growl of a voice. That's an interesting combination.
and as it reaches its crescendo, the anointing happens. As golden flames consume the entire room, including all of you.
Does it hurt?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was just screaming as loud as he can.
it is a exquisite agony like none you have ever known before, especially for you, Kakkaaz.
Oh, I imagine so.
Because this isn't fire damage, this is radiant damage. Just a second.
There is a loud hiss and snarl at this.
And you all take 21 points of radiant damage. And then as fast as they were there, the flames are gone. But now, on somewhere on your character sheet in your notes somewhere, you were all anointed by Phoenix.
How much damage again?
21 radiant damage. Hope you brought potions. And then you hear the distinct sound of the portcullises moving. And of course the torch is now lit in divine fire.
Oh yeah, that seems safe to bring back.
Hmm.
I'm just now. I'm imagining that Welburd has rolled over and is hugging onto Kakkaaz and sobbing.
Depending on what happens, you guys might hate me, but I have to do this now.
Okay.
What
That's fine.
Kakkaaz is going to do is he's going to lick a layer of burnt fur off his arm
Oh yeah.
and spit it at the altar in front of him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, was the paper consumed?
No.
Okay, yeah, she'll scroll that back up.
Does this count as defiling something?
Yeah. It is a divine altar and you are defiling it, even if it is already broken.
Ding, 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 ding.
Congratulations.
Alright, so now the way is open.
Squad goals.
I feel when the DM throws a radiant fireball at you as a requirement. For
Yeah.
for moving forward.
If I hadn't also already seen people completely lathered in slime and inside and out, that would have been really disgusting.
It still hurts.
Let's get moving.
1 sec.
I'm going to use my potions.
Well, do you want to do a short rest?
We could.
You could do a short rest before you
That's
continue forward.
actually a
Yeah,
good
you
idea.
All right, well, we'll do that. And Lilith will play her. Well, you can roll your hit die, and Lilith will
Alright,
do
when
it.
you take a short rest, though, somebody does have to use up a point of adventuring gear to set up camp.
I'll use one.
Okay.
So magnanimous.
So yeah, whoever wants to roll hit dice, time to do it. And you're going to use Song of Rest?
Yeah.
So everybody gets it, what is Song of Rest, D6?
Yeah.
I can roll an extra d6, or...
Yep, you roll 1d6 and give everybody that much HP. So everybody gets 4.
Oh shit, I'm exactly back at full. Yay.
I'm only 3 off, so I think that's good for me. Good idea, Flynt.
Yep.
Excellent.
Alright, and with that, you can now forge ahead and you feel nicely rested up and less crispy.
Yes.
You've taken some time to scrape the dead skin off, the burnt skin off of the fresh, off the top.
Welburd will be nice enough to help Kakkaaz get the burnt stuff off his back where he can't reach.
But basically, like, you guys all look like you got horribly sunburned now. You've got, like, skin peeling on the outer layer and stuff.
Perhaps we'd like an analgesic cream.
Yes.
Well,
Kakkaaz was nice.
I was gonna say any exposed skin would be peeling, so more so for Welburd than anybody else.
Kakkaaz was nice enough not to hit him while he grabbed onto him and sobbed as it happened. So he's being nice back. Nice. He's paying his debts. That's a better way to look at it.
Which is fair enough. We will not eat you for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow I think Welbert is not the life spared. But maybe.
So,
He starts kicking at his skin.
which way do we go? What do you think, Lily? You're the
We've-
smart one here.
We've done well going right today.
I went left. Well, okay.
Perhaps that's how we've done well then.
Maybe. We got light ahead and something in the floor.
Yes, on the far wall you can see what seems to be a hearth blazing. this crack in the floor as you approach close enough. You can see that this is actually a spot in the floor where it's been smashed in, and there seems to be the carcass of a long-dead giant spider,
Oh.
Rip.
the likes of which some of you might have seen in your very first foray.
Yeah.
Yay, someone else doesn't like them as much as we do.
I know few who do like them. Except Crispy.
So, be careful up here, Dreadmaw. Flow might be a little weak.
Lilith, this area up here, you see there's like a sigil of a sun and like incense and candles that are all lit. It's kind of smoky over here because of the incense.
Yeah.
There seems to be some kind of large chest on a pedestal sitting in front of it.
Oh, I see a large chest indeed.
This is probably the second brightest room in this heap.
Hey, Lily, look over there! There's a statue! It's got boobies!
Yes, it does, and it also has an interesting sword. So, what do we find more interesting, the chest or the chest?
I like both.
Yeah.
But, I like the chest.
Since there's a big ass crack in the floor, let's avoid worrying about the statue for now.
Okay, this chest doesn't seem to have any manner of locking mechanism whatsoever.
I would like to inspect it for any traps.
Investigation, man.
She'll back off now.
What is it with me in investigation rolls? I never get any good rolls on them.
No, this doesn't seem to be trapped. You can't find any like triggers or buttons or anything on its body.
Is there a clear way to open it? Like, is there
Yeah, it
seam
just has
for
a
like a
lid.
lid? Okay.
It's not even like it's not a hinged lid either. It's a lid that you pull up off.
Right, right.
Does it have any marking? Does this thing have, what kind of markings does it have on it, if any?
It's just got like a pattern embossed onto it.
Alright.
Any celestial script that Kakkaaz can read.
It doesn't. There's no script on the box itself. It's just embossed with a strange like. It's kind of like an ottoman almost. It's got that kind of weird like pattern to it in the fabric on the outside of it. It's a wooden box that's got fabric like done over on it to make it look fancier.
I'm going to attempt to roll Arcana on it and see if there's anything, like, magical about it.
Okay.
What do you think, a little?
Hmm?
Oh yeah, we'll wait and see what that roll is. She'll follow up with an Arcana roll.
There's no glyphs or runes or markings that would give you any kind of indication of it being magical. You don't sense any particular like aura from it or smell anything to it, so it doesn't really have any arcane strike like to you at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, open it.
And how high is the rise behind the chest?
Like a 10-foot step up. It's just a small raising up area to put up. Like it seems like it was intended just for that, just to light candles and light incense and such.
I'm summoning a demon or something.
Well, I suppose, let's, crack it open.
Go ahead and open it.
I will
Open the
attempt to
chest.
open it and see if I'm strong enough. It is
Oh yeah,
just
the lid
wood,
comes
though.
off easily. It's very light wood. Cough.
Yeah. What's that one? I'm guessing it's like an ammunition?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind?
Well, since you're the only person in the party that uses ammunition,
I
although
guess
no,
it works.
it wouldn't be bullets because of that. So
Yeah.
I actually gonna say since for Lilith it would be darts. So there are 8 + 2 versus Fiend darts in here.
Ooh.
As well as a scroll of light.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Some pointy bits in the piece of paper. Here you go, Lily. This look like, best for you.
Well,
You don't
we're
even have to
Welburd.
roll Arcana for the 2 of you that know arcane stuff. Light, it doesn't exist. Like, in modern magic, the light spell does not exist. This
Welburd
is
kind
dead
of.
magic.
Well, Welburd just seems kind of disappointed in droopy.
He just looks upon the scroll intently. It's just like, it's magic that has not been seen
Or spoken.
for so long.
Countless generations.
Yeah. Like, this scroll, you know easily enough, Lilith, that to the Ordo, this is the kind of thing they're here for.
Welburd will go off and stare at the other chest.
This is their whole purpose. They're looking for old magic and lost magic.
Other chest?
Yeah, the other chest.
Oh. Uh,
Okay, so yeah. So Lilith will grab the darts and that scroll. I'm sure Welburd won't disapprove
Welburd was like, "Aw,"
because
and leaves.
there's no
Yeah,
money.
exactly. He's like, this is a piece of paper and some darts. Boring.
Oh, it could have been
Movies.
so good. But yeah, those are good. Like, those are really good ones fluff-wise, but oh man, some of the shit that's in these things. You won't see these chests very often, I'll tell you that much.
Mm.
You guys come up to the statue, and you can go ahead and roll religion or history if you have it.
I do not.
I have neither.
Yeah, I don't have proficiency in either.
What species does it look like the statue is modeled after?
Humanoid. It's definitely human-looking, but there are definite, like, signs of too much perfection for a human.
Right.
It's symmetrical. It's no imperfections whatsoever, except for those that are on the actual stone. The being that it was actually modeled after seems to be perfect. A perfect female form. Completely nude, with a giant sword.
It's kind of eerie.
The
Still
whole thing is made
interested in
from
that
perfectly
chest.
carved marble.
What'd you say, Fun?
Still interested in that chest now that she's pointing a sword at you.
You don't know the sort of stuff I've gotten into in the past. It ain't the first time.
Suddenly a voice echoes from the room, the statue, the hearths. It's hard to tell which one. But it echoes, it's in a deep womanly voice that the anointed have come, the trial is upon them. And then the statue takes a step.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was gonna happen.
Face the destroyer. And that's initiative.
Woo!
Yep, figured as much.
No.
Jesus.
No.
Time to fight your first floor boss.
I hope you like tanking, Rift.
Alright.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
We need to do pop out windows. Yes, that would happen. There. Alright, let's see what you guys got. 17, 13, 8. Well, that 17's good, but the other two are definitely dragging it down. The monster rolled a 17, so it's going first.
Okay. Rip.
Why are these not loading? The pop-out windows aren't loading properly. It's like... Gotta rework that. Use window pop-outs for character. And now they won't open at all. Should refresh my freaking browser on that one. Thanks, Roll20. Why is it every time I gotta pull up monsters, the Roll20 starts being difficult? Alright, there, I finally got it pulled up. Where the hell is the screen? There we go. So first things first, as soon as the statue starts moving, the hearths all both make a whooshing sound as the flames kind of gush out from them for a second. And small, fiery-looking creatures with wings come flying up out of them.
Ads.
Then the statue steps forward. It's going to make an attack with its sword. And by that I mean, I need both Kakkaaz and Lilith to make a dexterity saving throw.
Alright, second.
This thing's sword is big enough that it doesn't try to hit you, you try to avoid it.
Use those iframes.
Whoosh!
We'll both save.
Damn.
I'll treat the crit as, basically as if you had, the rogue ability for this one attack, so you don't take any damage instead of half.
He does a backflip over the sword.
Pretty much. But, Flynt, you take 7 points of slashing damage as you kind of roll under the sword, but it still skims you. Just the force of this thing passing by is, like, immense. That's its turn. The little things are just gonna move this turn. Where is it? Alright, the first little thing is gonna swing at Welburd. These claws. I didn't set those up right. Let me fix that and then I'll reroll it. I hate the default settings on this thing.
Mhm.
Oh, goodness. So you take 7 slashing and 2 fire, because it crits you.
Oh, great.
And the other one's attacking Kakkaaz. And misses. That's their turn. As these weird little flaming, winged, cackling creatures come flying at you, swinging, like, almost molten claws at you. So yeah, when you get hit, Welburd, there's the distinct, like, burning of your flesh as this thing's claws leave behind a trail of, like, little bits of magma.
Ah! I hate burning! I had enough for one day!
Then it's your guys' turn.
Let's see.
And if you want to try to roll Arcana to identify these creatures, you can.
I will attempt. Let's see. 5-foot radius is like this, right?
Yeah, you would center point and then 5 feet from it.
Okay. Alright, and I know what I'm doing with that. Make this attempt. $16.
Okay, you know that these are mephits. They are creatures created that come from the elemental planes. These ones in particular seem to be one of the many forms of fiery mephits. Mephits are very weak elementals, generally speaking. They're on the low end. Most of them just generally attack with claws, and they all seem to have some kind of elemental attack in addition to that they can rarely use.
Right.
The real danger behind mephits is that mephits can often summon more mephits.
Alright. See if we can take care of this quickly. Whoops, that's the wrong page.
These poor little things. None of you are wearing metal armor. Their innate casting of heat metal will do no good.
Ain't it great that I switched over? I had studded leather before. That would have been bad.
That's not metal.
No?
It has metal in it, but it doesn't count for metal armor. It has to be like plate,
Fair enough.
breastplate.
Right.
Alright. What I am going to do is I am going to center a Snorlax snowball swarm right here.
Alright. So they
They
both
need-
need to make what? Dex saves? Or con
Yeah,
saves?
deck save.
Alright.
Deck save for half.
And your DC is much higher than either of those rolls, so they both fail.
Right. I don't think my thing on here has the right macro. Just
The one
make
in your
sure.
attack thing should work.
Huh?
The one in your attack spot should work.
Okay. I'm just making sure that it has the reroll thing.
Oh, no, it doesn't. But I can fix that.
Okay.
There.
Awesome. And I'm casting it at level 3.
Yes, because you are a warlock.
Not bad.
2 6s for the bottom.
Nice.
Actually, roll into the d6 because the extra die rolled a 1, which it doesn't reroll automatically.
Gotcha.
So that's another 6, so it did a total of 21 cold damage. Which I think the method... Yeah, it's vulnerable too, so it's dead.
See, I figured it was.
And the statue... gets damaged. Alright, and Lilith, you're vicious mockerying the statue?
Yes, I am. Kind of
Okay.
launched that early because I didn't know where my mouse click was, but
It's all good. It's a wisdom save?
yes.
What's your DC?
It's 15.
Alright, yeah, it failed the save. The damage doesn't seem to happen, but the secondary effect will. It's one of those things, you use it and you're immediately like, wait, that's a rock.
Yeah.
You can't hurt a brain of a rock. But you can still make it the secondary effect, so it does have disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Can't hurt the brain of a rock, but you can still hurt its feelings.
Well, sticks and stones break bones.
Yeah.
Welburd,
So,
Names may not hurt him, but but she won't be she won't have as easy time of missing us next time as she did this time.
considering my current situation, rather than going with Spitfire, I'm going to draw my my dress saber, my silver dress saber, and my pistol.
alright.
Wrap around it.
That hits.
12. Wow.
Ow.
Then
It's still standing.
step away. Take a shot with the pistol.
Right? Okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
Overkill.
Jesus.
goes up in a puff of smoke, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's very dead now.
Yeah, move back to there.
Meanwhile, while that's happening, though, the Destroyer is using one of its legendary actions to try to grab Lilith. But it has disadvantage because of the Vicious Mockery.
Ooh.
But an 18 still hits, I believe.
Yeah.
So it grabs you with its offhand by the neck and lifts you up. It's now grappling and suffocating you. And you can't speak.
Well,
You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Now it's back to your guys' turn. Or no, it's back to its turn, rather.
Yeah.
So when it moves, Lilith, you get swung around with it.
The mephit right next to me is dead, isn't it?
Yes. Both Mephits are dead. Lilith's over there and it's in its other hand getting drug around. It's gonna make an attack on Kakkaaz. Since it only has one target, it's going to actually do a targeted attack, not a sweep. That'll hit. So it brings its greatsword down on you for 15 slashing damage,
Okay.
which you of course soak 3.
Yep.
And the Mephits are dead, so that's its turn. It goes back to your guys' turn. Lilith, at the start of your turn, you take 6 bludgeoning damage as it's choking you. And then you can try to break free. You are grappled, which means you just have no movement. You can still do any of your normal actions that don't require you to speak. Or you can try to use your action to break free.
She is going to try to cast Puppet.
Okay, does that not have a verbal component?
That only has a somatic component.
So you're good to go then. Ooh, a con save. Interesting. I accidentally moved it. It
So
fails.
if it fails, it's going to drop whatever it's holding, which is me.
Yep.
And I'm going to make it move right into that crack in the floor.
A question. Is the sword just part of the statue, or is it something that actually it's holding?
It seems to be fused right to it.
Makes sense.
Alright, so how much movement is it?
I can move it to its speed in any
Okay, so you can
direction.
make it move a whole 30 feet.
Yeah. So move it into that crack in the floor.
Oh!
where hopefully it gets stuck.
The statue just beans it!
One of its feet does slip into the crack, but it doesn't seem to, like, impede it too much. From what you can actually tell now that you're seeing this thing move and you see the crack, that crack looks like it did a sweep a little too low and actually broke the floor open with its sword.
She coughs and sputters.
But you can make it move another
Well,
15 feet if you want to.
Huh?
You can make it move more if you want to, though.
No, the right there is where I want it.
That makes it Kakkaaz's turn, and also your torch is laying at your feet because you kind of cast the spell
Yeah.
while choking.
Alright.
Treat me like a puppet, will you? I'll show you, Puppet Master.
He is going to cast Chill Touch on this thing.
Alright?
Ugh.
Oh.
Motherfucker.
Another one for the bin.
How many do we have now?
Quite a number.
9, I think.
10, I think.
We're at 9 now. One more and we'll be 10. Then it'll
One more?
flush.
Well,
Somebody botch!
Alright. Do you want to move, Kakkaaz?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back away from this thing.
Good.
Yeah, I know. I just had to. I just had to hold it down for something.
Alright, Welburd.
Alright. Move, and in that time I'll draw my Spitfire. $18.
Hits.
Then here the small.
Spitfire, a magical weapon?
Let's see. I don't think so.
No, I think it's just mechanical. It's special.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Doesn't have any
18
magical
damage.
modifiers or anything. And I'm going to move and fire again. Hey!
Alright, all of you gain 1 point of good karma as the bin hits its goal and spooshes.
It sucks, but still. Because that's the ammo I just bought today.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yep.
But the
I
mighty
said
dice
nothing.
bin is emptied.
I did nothing.
You all gain good karma.
I'll just sit
Yay.
back here. It's still in my range.
You literally just ran for it.
Taking pot shots from the dark hall.
Alright. It will make its way up out of this hole. Let's see, acrobatics check. I'm gonna roll it just for the sake of fairness, even though it has a +10. Yeah, it makes it out of the hole.
Statue with a +10 acrobatics. Jeez.
Very strong.
You said acrobatics. You mean
Or
athletics?
athletics, yeah.
I was like, what?
He's doing flips.
And I thought I was nimble.
And yeah. As its legendary action, it actually is going to lunge out of the hole at Lilith with its sword. So Lilith, I need a dex save. Alright, you pass, so you take half damage.
You know, we have these good karma, but I'm trying to remember what they're actually used for.
They'll be useful.
They are.
So you take 5 points of piercing damage as it lunges forward and stabs at you with this giant sword.
Get in the rift.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
Aw.
This one flies down towards Kakkaaz. This one flies to here towards Welburd. Can't quite reach him. So in that case,
Oh no.
It spews a 15-foot of cover of fire.
I know I should have moved further.
I need a deck save, Welburd.
Does this count as an effect I can see?
Yes.
On account
Alright,
of
you pass.
fire.
More burning.
So you take half. So 5. As this little creature that's made out of magma just goes and fire just spits out of its mouth hole.
You guys just see this, like, I'm sure Lilith just sees this puff of fire in the distance and screaming. Because it's pitch black over there.
And the other one botches trying to swing at Kakkaaz.
Wah
Yeah.
wah.
And the big thing does a downward swing at Lilith and misses this time. So the sword just cracks into the floor right beside you, Lilith. That's back to you guys' turn.
Yeah, well, first things for. Okay, so is Lilith engaged?
Yes.
Technically, yes. Well, first things first is she's gonna throw Kakkaaz an inspiration.
Awesome.
I really wish there was a music note.
I got a question.
Hmm.
Is that Mephit up here? Oh, one sec.
That's a corpse.
Is it still on fire?
No, it would literally be that. It's gone. It's just dead. I just didn't delete the token so I can count how many there were in total.
Yeah.
No, they basically they burn up and go into nothingness.
Right. All right.
Collapse into on themselves and go back to where they came from.
I still got an idea.
So who's doing what other than the inspiration?
I'm gonna try to do my thing. Is that all right, Rift?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I suppose I should preface asking if it's possible. If I make my way up to the Mephit above me, would I be able to take one of those pitch gourds that I got and light it off of it, then move myself and chuck it at the statue?
Yes, but it would get an attack of opportunity against you.
Well, that's why I will attack it so I don't get attack opportunities against me.
But throwing a gourd is not an attack, it's a use an object.
Well, yes, that's why I'm going to attack it before I do it.
Yeah, but you can't do both in the same turn, they're both actions.
True.
You can just light the gourd if you have a way to do so.
Yeah. I don't have any...
You
lit
could
options.
literally try to hit it with the gourd as an improvised weapon.
Yeah.
Try to light it that way by beating it off of its flaming body.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
Alright.
I get skirmish damage for this.
So you don't get proficiency on this attack roll, though.
I've got to try it.
Because it's an improvised weapon. Gourds are not meant for bashing people.
Nope.
Well, they are, but
Not in this instance.
if you're halflings, maybe.
Not gourds filled with pitch. In melee range.
Oh.
Well, that hits.
And since I won't get an attack opportunity as I run by...
Alright, so it does 1d2 bludgeoning damage plus your bonuses to this method. But you don't get to add your like you don't get
Yeah.
So it would be 1d2 plus your strength bonus plus your skirmish.
So the 23 should be like a 20 actually, because
Yeah.
that was it's strength.
You
By the
still
way.
hit it.
Okay, so plus strength.
Plus your skirmish. Okay, so you did 4
4.
points of bludgeoning damage to it with a gourd, and it's on fire, of course.
And I'm going to chuck it at the statue
Alright,
to cover it in
make the
pitch.
attack roll. This is the intended use of the gourd, so it is not improvised.
Okay.
It's a ranged attack with a thrown weapon, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that hits.
So the pitch should burn for a pretty long time, right? Even if something that won't catch fire on.
Yep. Go ahead and roll 1d8 plus your skirmish.
Any modifiers or no?
No, I mean, it's fire.
Okay.
The fire does the damage, not the gourd.
8 fire.
So, yep, 8 points of fire damage.
And can I chug a potion as a bonus action?
Yep.
Move up here and chug potion. Two d4 plus 2, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
The pitch will burn for 7 rounds. Or no, 8 rounds.
All right. Question time.
Alright.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I can put out those magical fire, presumably magical fires with the magical ice
For the,
for the hearths?
Oh, okay. You want to try to put out the hearth. Yeah, go ahead and roll Arcana. Yeah. Elemental ice should put out elemental fire.
Awesome. So what I'm gonna do is take care of this misfit right in front of me, or at least attempt with chill touch.
That hits. Oh, it's not healthy, but it's not dead.
All right.
Lilith is not having fun times in melee range with the big bad thing.
No.
No.
I wish I could do more to help.
Same. Like my goal right now is to prevent more misfits.
Reasonable. But we need to get her out of there.
I know.
So that leaves Lilith.
So she can see. So Welburd threw the pitch at the statue,
Yeah, the
right?
statue is now in flames, and there's this black tarry liquid on fire on it.
Can I see if it's doing any actual damage?
Oh yeah, it's definitely damaging it. Not as quickly as it would something alive, but it's damaging the statue.
Okay, then in that case, she is going to wield out her scroll of hellish rebuke.
Ooh, that is actually a reaction spell, so you can just hold the scroll out and wait.
Yeah.
Shiryuki used as a reaction when you're hit, I believe.
Yes.
Or not when you're damaged, rather, not hit.
Okay. So should I hold that, or can I just use it?
You can use it when you're actually damaged by it as a reaction. So you don't have to actually hold the scroll out all the time. You just have to have it ready.
Well, right. But I mean, she wants to. Oh yeah, cast. It is a reaction. So
you can cast Firebolt with that if you wanted to, or something else.
yeah, I will go ahead and cast that scroll of firebolt. Then.
I was just trying to get away from it, to be honest.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing is
You can do a disengage.
disengage action.
You can do a disengage and just move away, and then if it hits you again, you'll have your scroll ready to go.
Right.
Yeah. And I get the feeling if I hit it with ice, it's probably just going to put the fire out. I don't want to do that.
It's important that we all try to stay alive for long-term damage rather than just immediate
Exactly.
immediate gains.
Exactly. And once this misfit is dead, I'm putting out this hearth over here.
So I'll disengage, just 5-foot step back.
You do much more than 5 foot.
Yeah, I can, but only if I don't close the browser window.
Yeah, that helps. The Destroyer kind of intones, "By the glory of the Divine Ones, I will smite you."
I'll smite my fucking foot up your ass! Ugh, that perfectly rounded ass. Ugh. Damn, girl!
And okay, then after a 5-foot step away, we'll move towards the giant box that we need.
Is Welburd getting as hard as she is?
Yes.
Wheh. Alright. I think that makes all three of you done. Back to them.
Oh, hi! Your front's as good as your back.
Alright, I'll do the method real quick, because it's just gonna claw at Kakkaaz again. Misses. He's not even hard to hit. Stop it, Mephit.
This is funny.
Oh,
A 19 is gonna hit.
be gentle with me.
13 slashing damage.
Ugh.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it take fire damage on its turn or my turn?
Each of its turns, so go ahead and roll a d8.
I doubt I get skirmish this time.
No.
7.
Okay. And that's their turn.
Lilith will pitch a bardic inspiration to Welburd. Just to get started.
Alright. You might need that.
Does that take up her whole turn?
No, it's just
No,
that's
it
a bonus
does not.
action.
It's The bonus
Okay.
action.
Help me with this method, and we can get this. We can get those hearts out quicker.
Mr. Welburd,
Yeah.
Yes.
it grabs you. Take 6
Fuck.
bludgeoning. You're now being choked.
Fuck.
You're into this, but not like this.
Mm.
Oh dear.
So your speed is now 0. But on your turn, you can try to break free, or you can act normally.
I doubt I can drink a potion while I'm being choked, right? Doesn't really
I mean,
Yeah, if
yeah,
your
you're
throat is
suffocating, so you
being...
can't really swallow.
yeah.
Yeah, you won't be able to swallow.
Yeah.
So you can have the potion washing around inside your mouth.
I'll gargle it.
Yeah, you have to have air to gargle.
Uh,
There's not much I can do about that.
so
Yeah.
what is it? Let me think. What's the roll to break free?
It's a escape check.
Strength check.
Strength check.
It can be strength. It can be a strength or dexterity based.
Okay.
It can be either acrobatics or athletics, effectively.
It's both the same for
But it
me.
takes your action to do it.
Yes.
To be fair, I think that's preferable to staying in that grip.
Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. If I can succeed this, that is.
Inspiration.
Yes.
You can roll
I'm
before you
going-
check the inspiration, of course.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to, because it's the exact same, I'm going to use athletics. Let me see first. I'm sure this wouldn't count as a climb, swim, or jump check, so no advantage.
That does not.
I gotta.
does
What's
not
your?
work.
What's the die for the bardic inspiration?
The D8.
Roll good dice. Roll
You
good
got it.
dice.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
You break free.
Now, I use my bonus action to disengage.
Smart.
And from there,
Still got another, what, 20 feet?
I do. I'm not sure if I want to move exactly that direction. Let me reset that. Since I have the mobile that allows me to avoid difficult terrain, can I just hop right over the crack?
Yep.
Just.
Okay.
I think. I'll go here instead.
Alright.
Or maybe. This is a hard decision!
You can keep making your decision. Kakkaaz.
Yes.
And/or Lilith.
If Lilith can help me take out this method, I can take out the hearth.
Yeah, well, Lilith will flip some vicious mockery onto that Mephit who can't hit but won't die.
Alright.
Thank you so much for that inspiration.
Yeah, it fails that, so it takes 5 points of psychic damage. Barely alive, but it's alive. But it now has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Okay.
Remember, you can cast ranged spells while in melee combat. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember if there was a penalty for it.
Nope.
All
Unless you're
right.
targeting the creature itself.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna cast an icy chill touch at the fireplace.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see how good I am at hitting an inanimate object.
Apparently really good.
Yay!
Yeah, you definitely hit it. The fire dies down. You can't actually see the marker I put on it, but I put like a no smoking sign on it.
This is a cathedral, even in a god of fires, like and rebirth, some place of worship. There is no smoking.
Is Ashwell Keep a public building?
There's always smoking in Ashwell Keep. It's just not the kind you like.
No shit.
Alright. That leaves, any movement on your guys' parts, or you're all good?
Second. Moving to this side of the method.
It uses its legendary action to do a 10-foot lunge.
Into the hole.
Yeah.
Crack.
Lilith, you moving?
Try and stay out of its reach.
Alright, now it's back to them.
Five more fire.
It's down to how many? Like 6 turns now? Alright, this method here is gonna swing at Kakkaaz with its claws again.
With disadvantage.
Actually, no. Yeah, it will. Not advantage, disadvantage. There we go. It missed even more gloriously than previous. But I need a dex save from both Lilith and Kakkaaz.
I can add my inspiration die to saves, right?
Yep. You just have to. You can choose to roll it after you roll the actual save.
Doesn't it take more damage for failing on that roll from a vicious mockery?
It takes no damage if it succeeds. Because it's a cantrip. It's either damage or none.
Dex save, right?
Oh, this? Yeah, if you succeed, you take half.
No, I was thinking about the results of vicious mockery, but I'm thinking of a different spell.
Does a 16 pass?
It looks like you both passed, so you're gonna both be taking half damage, so you both take 6 slashing. As it does another big sweep with this sword.
And can I hellish rebuke now?
Yes. So you hold out the scroll and speak to the magics, and it's a scroll that you don't normally have on your spell list, correct? I don't think Hellish Rebuke's a bard spell.
Right.
No, I don't think it is.
So you need to roll an Arcana check. It's a level 1 spell, so it's only a DC 13. Oh. Well, let's see what happens.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Scroll fumble check again.
Oh no. No! What is it with fire today?
I don't know.
It's kind of fitting in a roundabout way.
No!
So you take 4 fire damage and the scroll is destroyed. The spell still goes off. So you still do the effects of Hellish Rebuke, which I think is what, like 2d6 fire damage to the target?
It's 2d10.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead and roll that.
And it's a deck save.
Oh, it's a dex save, okay. Good luck, Mr. Giant Statue. I never will get this. Yeah, you did. So, 11 points of fire damage. Alright.
Please tell me she can take a potion.
You haven't used your bonus action this turn, so yeah. Yeah, you're hurting.
There you go.
Nice.
That'll help. For 1 hit.
Yep.
Alright.
I think I'm gonna do something that will handle the Mephit Rift. I think you might want to start using your claws.
That's what I was going to do. I'm gonna, because right now this thing in front of me is almost dead, and so if I kill it with my first attack, then I could make a bite attack and then another attack against the statue.
Yeah. I got something to ensure if the first hit doesn't kill. Okay.
Yeah, I got you. This is basically what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, go for it. Do it.
All right.
I'll take this time to drink my potion. Another one.
Another one. That'll hit a Mephit.
You dead?
Kills a Mephit.
All right. Rampage.
Yep.
Whoop.
Bite the statue.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
well, that
nice
hits.
17.
Huh, apparently it didn't roll the right one. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that
sure
moved
I...
your other claw, but that's fine. You're gonna make another claw attack anyway, so...
Yeah, I'll just roll the bite attack too.
The order that you do them in doesn't really matter that much. Hits. Alright.
As he's just tearing into this thing. Oh, as best he can.
Your teeth don't really seem to make much impact, but the claws are actually digging straight through this stone. Like it was scanning flesh.
Excellent.
Your claws actually seem to be the single most effective thing thus far.
Awesome.
Alright. I'll go now. That's alright.
You guys really needed a wizard for this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Still got one spell left.
Well, I just mean for the variance of damage types.
20.
Hits.
18.
Ouch.
16. 19.
Good chunks of it. Nice.
And then I'll crouch down behind the staircase and take cover,
Okay.
just in case anything flies my way. And
Like
I'll
Lilith.
I'll watch the back, because never know.
Alright. That leaves, I believe, Lilith, you have action still.
Oh yeah, because the scroll was her going and as a
Yep.
reaction.
You can disengage and come back here with me. Throw spells at from there. Let
Yes,
Kakkaaz take
yes,
some brunt.
that's what she's doing. Is disengaging.
I've got. Yeah, I'm the
We
one
believe
you want
in you.
taking hits right now.
We believe.
Alright, so that's your guys' turn. Well, it's got one target. It's gonna go for it.
You can't see very well, can you, Flynt?
No,
Well,
12 misses.
but the statue's still standing in the range of Torchbearer, so.
Yeah.
Oh, and you guys didn't burn off. You gotta burn off some pitch.
that's true. It is on fire, so it's rather illuminated.
Yeah, go ahead and do the damage.
Four more.
There. Now it's on fire. Alright, it got it. It missed with its one swing for the turn, so it's it'll become your guys' turn, but it's immediately going to use one of its legendary actions.
Like you do.
And it crits,
As
so it
one
definitely
does.
grabs Kakkaaz by the neck, doing 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
And you're now being grappled and choked. And then it's your guys' turn.
So, what's the plan?
It's like, it's getting annoyed because everybody keeps running away, so it's just like, grab!
So, I got a question. Have my bullets been shooting through the thing very much? Like causing big nicks or anything?
They've been damaging it quite heavily, yes, but not penetrating. Like,
Okay,
through
so-
and through, no way.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, if I do like a full auto hit on that arm that's holding Kakkaaz, could I potentially break the arm off and free him if I do a focus fire?
You could try, you'd have to take disadvantage on the attack rolls to attack specifically the arm.
Okay. Well, do you guys trust me? I wouldn't, but that's your prerogative.
I was gonna say trust is a strong word, but hey.
Have you got any more inspiration there, Flynt?
Yeah, I've got more inspiration to give out. I'll start by giving Welburd one.
All right. So if I can handle this, and I'm just off, I can use the inspiration. I think you still have inspiration, right, Rift?
Yeah, I still got mine. So
Yeah.
if
So
even
if
if
it
you
Well-
fail.
fails, if I
I
fail,
can-
then you still have that.
Yeah.
Lilith can also try to puppet him again.
It's true.
Try. You guys wanna try it and but puppet, shoot arm off me, make my save?
Or you can attack it. You're literally being held by it, you can still attack it.
I don't know, it's just like what is like choking damage? Is it just like progressive bludgeoning damage?
Yeah, it's going to constantly do bludgeon damage every round to you while it's holding you.
Alright, that's perfect. This thing's not moving away from me.
True. I mean,
I'm
yeah,
also taking reduced damage.
indeed.
So that's why I'm saying, like, if you want to attack it first, go for it because you're held in it, so you might as well just swing away. Hits.
1 second, it's not. There we go.
Alright.
Get 2 attacks.
That one misses.
Alright, can I still attempt to break free, or...
No, that's your action.
Alright,
So, like, that's what I'm saying. You're better off just attacking since you're taking so little damage from it anyway. And
I
you
figured
don't
as
want
much.
to move away.
Yeah, right now I'm just... he's just going happy. He's just going insane on this thing.
Alright,
Alright.
so... Do you want me to go first, Flint? And then if it all fails, then you do the puppet, or do you want to do that first?
I'd rather you actually tried to damage the thing to get
Yeah.
rid of it. So let me puppet it first.
Okay.
It passes the save. Or no, I rolled the wrong one. 1 second. I rolled a wisdom save because I keep forgetting that's actually calm. But it still passed. Okay. So if it passed, it does nothing, I believe. Yep, does nothing on a fail.
Yeah.
Well, it's up to me then.
So yeah, it comes down to, do you want to selectively target the arm, or do you just want to blow it up and blast it?
Just blast this thing, honestly. I'll be fine.
Alright, alright.
You got your
Yeah.
inspiration.
It's true, but innate won't do it.
Mm.
Actually, he might. I was
It
thinking
might.
like without the modifier. Yeah, I can do it.
Not enough.
12,
not.
no. Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, it was just sitting in the hallway. I'm sure Lilith can't see anything, but she's just blinded by the flashes of the gun. He's just.
Oof.
Yeah.
So a total of 31. That hurt. Yeah, this thing is basically like pockmarked with bullet holes and fire burning all over it and cracking the marble. But it's still standing and still choking.
He'll back up and reload.
Yep. That's all of you, I believe.
Yes.
So, Kakkaaz
Yeah.
takes another 6 bludgeoning on his turn. Not right now. So for now,
Fire.
yes, roll the fire.
Almost rolled 11d8. Ah.
Well, luckily it can take a minimum of 1 damage.
Hi there.
When a creature that is grappling moves, the grappled creature moves with it. That's how grapple is actually really good in 5e. Because if you grapple someone, carry them to the edge of a cliff, and then ungrapple them, they fall. So this thing is literally carrying Kakkaaz in one arm while coming down the hallway.
Of being bitten and scratched.
Yep, and it's gonna swing. And miss. So again, Lilith, you kind of cringe and the sword smashes right beside you into the ground.
What is with you with that sword? Back picking up all these nicks and flakes of stone.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. It had to happen eventually.
You're awfully chippy this way.
No.
Yeah. Dex saves from everybody, including the destroyer.
Five.
Alright. So, everybody but Lilith saves. And then the statue doesn't save because dexterity is its bad save. Lilith takes 5, the destroyer takes 5, and everybody else takes half, so 2, so 3. As this Mephit comes up behind Welburd and goes and fire.
I knew it was gonna happen eventually. That's why I was watching the back.
I knew there was one unaccounted for.
And that's their turn.
Take the 3 bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
Scratchy, scratchy, bitey, bitey.
Do it. No.
Ugh.
We've had so many botches today.
Hey, the big rose again.
Yeah.
The 16 hit.
Yep. You tear out another good chunk of it. You probably... Here, you tear off a stone boob.
No!
There you go, Welburd.
Dibs!
Alright.
Does the death of the boob count as killing something?
No.
Killing Welburd's hopes and dreams.
Does
If
Welburd
you've
Hopes and
defiled
Dreams
that.
count?
Of hanging them on his wall.
Can I
As a
make a
complete
bite
set.
attack against his hopes and dreams?
I'm quoting that.
Good one. Yes, quote
That
that
goes
now.
to the wall.
Alright. So who wants to do something next?
Well, shit.
This is ridiculous. I love it.
There. Alright. So, you got any more puppets?
I got another puppet and I've got another inspiration for you.
Okay. Because if you can get it puppeted, have him drop it, and then have it, like, retreat 30 feet.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I gotta deal with this Mephit back here as well.
Yeah. So we will try again, the puppet.
Alright. Con save. Failed.
Yes.
So it drops Kakkaaz. And backs away to there.
How much movement does it have?
30.
Okay. Like, I can't actually force it into the fireplace.
No.
Good shit. Alright. So,
Well, then she's gonna take a couple steps downward towards you, or well,
careful.
I don't know.
Don't trip down the stairs.
And take a potion.
Oh, so you're not inspiring Welburd? Okay. I know you said you
I
had
did
one more, so I
inspire.
thought you were going
Oh
to use
yeah,
it.
I did inspire him. So yeah, you're right. That's my bonus.
Okay. Welburd?
Alright, so this is a situation where I need to pull the sword and pistol again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hits.
11?
It's hurting.
Okay, there's another one. I knew it.
Shooting it with a pistol, or are you shooting the other one still?
I'm shooting with a pistol.
The new one?
No, the old one.
Okay. That kills. So again, the whole like it just basically implodes with a magma burst and then falls to the ground.
Let's see. Could I? No, that'd be a terrible idea. Never mind.
Alright, I think that's your guys' turn then.
Is another one coming?
One more fire damage.
Okay, and the Mephit slides up to Welburn and swings. Does you 16 hit you?
Yes, unfortunately, that's exactly on the mark.
So you take 4 slashing and 1 fire.
Smells like burning.
This whole session smells like burning.
It does.
Alright, and the Destroyer.
Just stop. Go away.
Try and smack Kakkaaz again. Hits. Ten points of slashing damage, Kakkaaz. Your turn.
Get bent, you big stone bitch.
Ah, it's 15 feet. Dex save, Kakkaaz. It's lunging at you.
Okay.
As it's legendary. Alright, so you failed.
You got.
I've got my inspiration. Let me roll that. It's a D8, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes it a success. You take half of this.
Yay.
It's piercing damage this time, not that that matters.
Ugh. Ugh.
Take half, so that is
7.
7 minus. Alright.
So you take 4. Alright. That's its attack. It's legendary, so it's still your guys' turn now.
Come on, money.
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes!
Yes.
You smash into the center of its waist with your claws, and it just crumbles to pieces.
Now kill the Mephit.
And as it's crumbling, it just kind of intones, "Worthy."
Where is the method?
It's right next to me, and
And yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's your
let's-
guys' turn, so the
Yeah,
Mephit
Lilith
can't do
will-
anything right now.
bite it.
Yep. Rampage. Let's go.
Hits.
And if it ain't dead yet,
Tastes
got
like
one more
burning.
attack.
Yep, you can hit it again.
I'm sure he's tasted worse.
Hit. Alright, still alive. Is it time for Lilith to actually stab something for once?
Is it?
Oh,
That's a good question.
stabby. Yeah. She unsheathes her sword, a rare event.
Ooh!
Yes. Perfect.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Nice hit. 12, yeah, 13 damage. That's enough to kill it. The Mephit crumbles and implodes on itself. And you can distinctly hear the other fireplace just kind of make this loud crackling noise and then die down as well. And the altar cracks in this room. It almost seems to like crumble to dust. So yeah, you guys can move ahead into the room now if you want to see this.
Welburd just takes a second to just sit down on the steps and watch down the staircase with his gun trained on it.
Yes, the
Before.
pedestal that the statue once stood on is now crumbled to bits, and is actually kind of like almost disintegrating.
What happened to the statue again? Is it
It's
just
just
disintegrating?
crumbled down to pieces.
Is there anything that's still intact?
You can find some
Probably
parts of it
just-
if you really want. Some nicely sculpted lady bits.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he does.
So you can go ahead and take those.
Yeah, I'll take those.
Yeah, 5 pounds of finely sculpted lady parts.
And sadly, it is not flesh. Damn it.
The emblazoned sun that was on the ground behind the statue starts to slide forward.
Lilith is just walking back to TorchCon. I've never been so happy to be around someone with a ravenous appetite.
And Zelda secret revealed sound effect. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Dee-dee-dee-dee.
I think it's time for another short rest.
You think that?
Yeah,
All right, well, set up a campsite there, buddy.
I will do it. Because Welverd's tired and hurting. I'll spend adventuring gear, and let's take a rest. Do you have any
Okay.
more uses of your thing, Lilith?
No.
It's all good.
Song of Rest is only once per long rest.
Do I get? I mean, I'm trying to remember if I get my spells back on a short rest.
Yep.
Awesome.
Ah. So how
Well,
long
again-
do the inspirations last?
Not that long, a minute.
Okay, so
You all,
What was the-
all three of you gained 933 experience.
But yeah. Oh, 933.
Yeah, as you just defeated a floor boss. You did really well against that thing. I knocked its CR down because I knew there was only going to be 3 of you this time. But even then, you took out a CR 6 plus 5 CR half methods all by yourselves.
it was really hard. I feel accomplished.
But on that note,
I gotta check something real quick. I have a question. Do I get the effects of a level up now or later?
after session.
Okay.
Did we get? Did we get Song of Rest?
No, it's a once per long rest.
No, because she
Gotcha.
used it earlier. So
Okay.
there's only one.
Can I take a short break?
We'll be done
I
soon,
gotta-
so...
Okay. I gotta go.
Yeah, if you need to go to the bathroom real quick, go for it.
Okay.
Once you finish your rest, you ascend to level 2 of the main central complex. The way is now open.
Havoc.
Welcome back.
You see the new
Hi.
map?
Not yet. Let me see. Yes.
Yes, upon completion of the rest, you all ascend to the new floor. Now, you don't have to do any adventuring here, but you now know that the way is open, so from this point forward, all further adventures within the Ashwell Keep will begin on level 2. As level
Hooray.
1 is now a direct shot to the stairs.
Quick travel. Yay.
But with that,
Ah,
you
the
are
next-
weary and battered and burned, so it is time to return back to Hearthmore. Not having succeeded in your original goal, the creature, whatever it was that caused this tragedy of killing all these people, still lives, and apparently was helping you by doing so, somehow. In some twisted logic. But as you exit the keep, something is amiss. As you enter onto the mountains overlooking Hearthmore, Smoke rises from the city. And that's where we end into the Ashwell episode 11. Radiance Recalled. So I hope you guys had fun.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
I wish I could clap, but I gotta use my push talk button.
I have now completed another one of my character goals.
So you gained 1,000 experience.
I have as well.
So you did?
Level.
Oh yeah, level up. Yeah, you'll gain experience for that one. That would be
Do or
weird.
don't.
You leveled up, gain experience. No.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a trip? I have defaced an altar.
But no, I will level up
Just-
the characters. You can roll the hit dice and stuff, but if you gain any new features, that's just automated.
Just think, friends listening, you could prevent me from leveling up again by joining us
Playing.
in playing.
Yes, I'm glad you guys had fun. I've been looking forward to getting to this point. We are in level 2 now. Literally had the level 2 map for built as long as I have the level 1 map.
That feel win.
So it's been a ways building up to this. But something is on fire and smoke rises from the city. What could this mean for the future of Hearthmore?
That old woman should have stopped poking at the embers in the fireplace. That's what.
Perhaps that's
Probably.
it. But we'll find out next time on episode 12. And the season finale, if that matter. But yeah, that was episode 11. I hope you guys enjoyed out there as well. See you again for next month. We're going to try and do the next episode later this same month, so it'll be a double this time around. But other than that, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed as well. See you all next time. Keep your torches lit and delve deep.
Join us soon.
Bye.
Bye!
Later.